So, welcome to the session. I think our sixth session on this book study. So, I think we are done up to Sutra number 11, page 35. Now, let's continue from page 36. You see, just a little background. ये जो हम This part that we are going through is super important and super, I would say, very interesting also, because here Master is opening out, he's putting light on the spiritual path. हम सब, we are all trying to walk on the spiritual path. So as we walk on it, what can we expect? What will we encounter? है ना, एक नक्शा होता है ना, नक्शा क्या बताता है आपको? जैसे आप गूगल मैप्स यूज करते हैं, तो इट शोज यू वेयर यू आर, इट शोज यू वेयर यू वांट टू रीच, बट इट आल्सो शोज यू द पाथ. एंड इट ऑल्सो सेज कि जब यहाँ से आप 200 मीटर चलोगे तो ये आएगा, फिर यहाँ जाओगे तो ये आएगा, फिर यहाँ जाओगे तो ये आएगा, राइट? दैट इज व्हाट हैपेंस. You sort of get, uh, you encounter things and experiences on the way. So that's what Master in these sutras is doing for us. It is a great guidance, because then we know what to expect. And when we encounter those experiences, तो हम confused नहीं होंगे, हम surprised नहीं होंगे, हम घबरा नहीं जाएंगे. Otherwise it's very easy to get confused or surprised or bewildered कि ये क्या हो रहा है, क्या मैं कुछ गलत तो नहीं कर रहा, right? So with that background, let's read this. Sutra number 12. A disciple may experience oneness with the brilliant light, an expansion of consciousness. In many instances, a disciple may not even reach the outer edge of the light within one incarnation. तो देखिए, ये दिस इज समथिंग आई कैन रिलेट टू फ्रॉम माय ओन पर्सनल एक्सपीरियंस. And this, I've discussed with a lot of people जो मेरे साथ, people who got into Arahatic yoga maybe 20 years ago. And as we compare notes, more or less we seem to have had similar experiences. So it began by being able to, during meditation, observing light. है ना, लाइट, आंखें बंद हैं लेकिन रोशनी का अनुभव होता है. नेक्स्ट, after some time, there is that experience of merging with the light. Merging, becoming, sort of, your physical body in a sense is disappearing. And then the next level of experience is that you become one with the light, where you have this experience, I am light. And then there is that experience of expansion, or it is sometimes it is an experience of travel, जैसे आप उस लाइट के अंदर हैं और लाइट के अंदर आप घूम रहे हैं. And then occasionally, I mean, for me, occasionally, for other people, it may be much more. There are, there are glimpses of, what should I say, globes of brighter, even brighter light. So there is light, और उस light के अंदर और अधिक तेज रोशनी और अधिक प्रकाश के, मतलब शक्तिशाली प्रकाश. So even brighter light, I tend to see globes. And some of my friends have seen slightly different things. Some of them have had that experience of seeing stars, or different planets and so on. I have not honestly had that. Stars, yes, but not planets. Now here, what is relevant, you remember sutra number 10, Master talked about spiritual energy is needed for expansion of consciousness and traveling in the inner world. तो ये जो मैंने आपको सारे बताए, observing light, merging with the, these are all experiences in the inner world. There, it's not in the external world. My eyes are closed, whatever is happening is inside me. Now, how much expansion happens, how much distance, how much progress I make, you know, that is limited by how much spiritual energy is there in my system. So that is why Master says, in many instances, a disciple may not even reach the outer edge of the brilliant light within one incarnation. So what is happening? The amount of spiritual energy that disciple is able to contain in his system, कितनी नीचे ला पा रहे हैं और उसको कंटेन कर पा रहे हैं, वो डिटरमिन कर रही है कि वो कितना एक्सपेंशन ऑफ कॉन्शियसनेस उनकी हो पाएगी. आई होप इट्स मेकिंग सेंस. I know it's not so easy. That's why we chant the Gayatri mantra. Hopefully थोड़ा बुद्धि है ना, बुद्धि खुलेगी. Next sutra. Before the brilliant light, there is the dark void. The inner world consists of a series of greater brilliant light and dark void. This dark void seems to be a transition realm between two worlds or realms of brilliant light. Now, this is a very, very important revelation. मास्टर एक चीज हमें रिवील कर रहे हैं कि भाई देखो ये आगे जाके ये एनकाउंटर करोगे. Because when you come across, you expect light, 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 and you are very happy. And then it changes into darkness, and then you may get surprised. You may get, bewildered. You may think, यार ये क्या हो रहा है? What is happening? मैं क्या पीछे की तरफ जा रहा हूँ या मैं कुछ गलत कर रहा हूँ कि मुझे अब ये अंधकार, डार्कनेस क्यों दिख रहा है? आर यू अंडरस्टैंडिंग? सो ये ये इसलिए मास्टर हमें ये रिवील कर रहे हैं कि भाई ऐसा होगा और ऐसा होता है एंड ऐसा है. सो ब्रिलियंट लाइट की एक्सपीरियंस तो काफी कॉमन है. आई होप यू हैव ऑल्सो हैड सम एक्सपीरियंस ऑफ द ब्रिलियंट लाइट. बट द डार्क वॉइड मे और मे नॉट है, बिकॉज ये कुछ समय बाद आता है. एंड दिस इज, यू कैन थिंक ऑफ इट लाइक बीइंग इन अ वैक्यूम. So there is, let us say, there is a region of brilliant light, and then outside of that, there is a region of darkness. So as your consciousness is expanding, light, 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 and then darkness. And then again, light, 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 and then again darkness. Then again, light, darkness. So that is why Master says series. It is a series. You see, इसका एक क्लू हमें पहले मिला है सूत्र नंबर 12 में. अगर आप देखेंगे सूत्र नंबर, आई एम सॉरी, सूत्र नंबर 11 में, वेयर मास्टर सेड, inner stillness is not the ultimate objective. It is just a stepping stone to greater inner activities which manifest. So there is, activity and stillness, brilliant light and dark void. वॉइड आप समझ गए, मतलब डार्क वॉइड मतलब अंधकार की, का खाई, अंधकार की, अंधकार जैसी खाई या खाई जैसा अंधकार, समथिंग लाइक दैट. यू सी, I don't know if you are able to understand this, or let me try to illustrate using an example. आप एक ट्रेन में बैठे हैं, यू आर इन अ ट्रेन एंड दैट ट्रेन इज गोइंग लाइक अ नाइस लॉन्ग डिस्टेंस एंड यू आर ट्रेवलिंग इन द नाइट. है ना, रात को आप ट्रेवल कर रहे हैं. सो when you come to a station, then there is light, there is activity, things are happening, people are moving around, कोई चढ़ रहा है, कोई उतर रहा है, etc., etc. But once you leave the station and you go out, away from the city, then what you find darkness. And then that darkness continues for some time, and then again you come to another station. So that is how it goes. I'm just trying to illustrate. Even better when you take a, you travel in a plane in the night, and let's say it's a long distance flight. जैसे आप यहाँ से कोई और देश, you are going to say Europe or America or something like that. Again, you will see, if you look out of the window of the aircraft, you will see कि एक area आता है जहाँ पे बहुत light है, and then there is a patch where there is no light, it is darkness, and then again light. I hope it's making sense to you. Now, why does this happen and so on? This used to really perplex me कि भाई ऐसा होता क्यों है? Why does it happen? Now, recently, in a book by a theosophist, his name is I.K. Tamini. He has written a book, The Science of Yoga. आई बीन स्टडिंग पतंजलि योग सूत्रास। तो उसके ऊपर उन्होंने कमेंट्री लिखी है, साइंस ऑफ योग। तो उसके अंदर आई रेफर यू टू सूत्रा 117, चैप्टर 1 सूत्रा नंबर 17, चैप्टर 1 सूत्रा नंबर 18, है ना। एंड इफ यू वांट स्पेसिफिकली पेजेस 36 to 46, that book PDF is available online. I can send you the link if you are interested. Just please, जो वी विल शेयर द फोन नंबर, उस पे आप मुझे मैसेज करेंगे तो आई विल शेयर दैट PDF विद यू. You read Sutras 117, 118. They are on page. So the discussion is from page 36 to page 46. I'll just show you a diagram from that. So hopefully, yeah, hopefully it makes some sense to you. Uh, where can I share it? Just give me a moment, please. सो वो कुछ ऐसा समझाते हैं कि इफ यू लुक एट द द थिंग ऑन द लेफ्ट, यू सी Patanjali, Rishi Patanjali's science of yoga is about achieving samadhi, the highest state of stillness and silence and so on. So samadhi जो है, it is not just a single state, but he explains that you achieve stillness at the level of the physical plane, because your physical body and etheric body, उसमें पहले आपको स्टिलनेस लानी है, फिर आपने एस्ट्रल बॉडी पे स्टिलनेस लानी है, उसके बाद आपने मेंटल बॉडी पे स्टिलनेस लानी है। ऐसे ऐसे देर इज अ सीरीज ऑफ लेवल्स जहां पे आपकी कॉन्शियसनेस में को मतलब अपनी एक्टिविटी को खत्म करना है, सो दैट कॉन्शियसनेस कैन रिफ्लेक्ट, सी इट्स ओन रिफ्लेक्शन। अब ये थोड़ा सा यू हैव टू रीड द बुक टू अंडरस्टैंड, बट द पर्पस ऑफ योग अकॉर्डिंग टू ऋषि पतंजलि इज, जो सीयर, दैट मीन्स आवर इनर कॉन्शियसनेस, दैट इज एबल टू अबाइड इन इट्स ओन नेचर, मतलब वो अपना ही रिफ्लेक्शन हमारे शरीर में देखे। तो हमारे कई सारे शरीर हैं, हर शरीर में उसको इट वांट्स टू सी द रिफ्लेक्शन, राइट। नाउ दिस इज व्हाट ही हैज एक्सप्लेन्ड। सो you at every level, on every plane or in every body, you work towards stillness. Okay, then when you have achieved that stillness, now you are ready to go to the next body. In between, there is area or a part in our human system which he has called the laya, laya, laya center, which is like the dark void. This is like a gateway or like a tunnel which takes you to the next level of consciousness. Making sense? No? Yes? If you can have, more people can have their camera on and nod or say, sorry, not understood. Yes? Lakshmi ji is saying, okay, Shobha is putting her thumbs up. Okay, very good, very good. So, and I will, in the group, I will put the links. I will, share this information. So, you can please listen, go through this later. Now, so again, just to remind, this transition realm is when we have achieved samadhi at one plane, and now we want to pursue samadhi at the next plane. So physical plane पे कर लिया, अब astral plane, then mental plane, and so lower mental, higher mental, and so on and so forth. And this diagram that I've shared on the right hand side, that vertical thing you see, these are all the levels. कहाँ कहाँ पे आपको समाधि achieve करनी है, and always between two states, here they call it sampragnya, what are they calling, vitarka and asampragnya vitarka. So with the involvement of the mind and without the involvement of the mind, or something like that. I mean, it's not as simple as that. थोड़ा आपको इसमें मतलब पढ़ना पड़ेगा. Shriram has taken a very good book study on this book, आई की तामिनी जी की book की. So you can, I'm sure that is available through World Pranic Healing. You can apply there and get that book. I mean, get access to the recordings and go through that. All right. Okay. So let's shall we move forward? I'm taking it कि ये we are okay with what we have just discussed. And shall we move forward? Now, Sutra number 14. Within the brilliant light is the form, the planets and the moons, the sun, the galaxies, the universe, and the universes. Please note that the word universes is in plural form. God being God cannot just create one universe. God being God continuously creates countless universes. Now, this line, or these last two lines, really led to a lot of excitement for me today. But I'll come to that. Before that, let's discuss the first part of this sutra. So, you see, one thing to understand is that form versus formless. ये relative है, ये absolute नहीं है. The only absolute formless entity you can think of is Parabrahman. The unmanifest God, which is pure consciousness, pure, no matter is there, nothing. But uske alawa, it is always relative. Now just think about it. You take ice, okay? Now, from the point of view or from the level of ice, water seems formless. Because ice को अगर आप टेबल पे रख देंगे तो it will that form will remain. But if you put water on a tabletop, it will just spread. Correct? But when you look at water vapor from the level of the water, then the water vapor seems formless. And अगर उल्टा चलें आप, water vapor looking at water says, oh, you are form. And water looking at ice says you are form. So same thing with us. The physical body, when it looks at the etheric body or the astral body or the mental body, those appear formless. But from the mental body, the astral body, the etheric bodies, those are denser. समझ रहे हैं आप? So from the more subtle level, the less subtle level seems to be form. And the more from the grosser level to the subtler level, that seems formless. Just giving you a background. Just the idea is when we talk about the form, we are saying that this is relative. ठीक है जी. Now what master is saying is कि when he in the last sutra he talked about traveling through light and darkness. So when you are in that region of the light, that is where the planets, the moons, the manifest universe. मैनिफेस्ट यूनिवर्स आप समझते हैं ना, जो प्रकट है, जो जो मैनिफेस्ट. आई डोंट हैव अ बेटर वर्ड फॉर इट, बट व्हाट इज एक्चुअली अवेलेबल, व्हाट इज सॉर्ट ऑफ इन. आई डोंट नो हाउ टू, आई एम श्योर देयर इज अ बेटर वर्ड, आई कांट रिकॉल इट राइट नाउ. जो व्यक्त है ना, एज कंपेयर टू दैट देयर कैन बी. सो एज कंपेयर टू दैट इन द डार्क वॉइड देयर इज नो मैनिफेस्टेशन, इट इज लाइक अ वैक्यूम. Okay, now why I got very excited today? Because I came across this news that, when Master said God being God cannot just create one universe, God being God continuously creates countless universes. It used to bother me that science does not agree with this. Science के अनुसार, have you heard of the Big Bang? Not the TV series, but the theory of the Big Bang, that this entire universe was created when there was a bang. You know, I hope you've heard of it. Okay. So they believed that it was a singular event. एक बार हुआ था and that's it. But now, recently, in April of this year, a scientist has provided a theory which is suddenly becoming, very popular, where he says that no, it is not a single, there may not just have been a single Big Bang, but it is an ongoing series of bangs. creation is happening on an ongoing basis. This is, I got so excited because, Master Choa, with his intuitive knowledge, was able to predict or being able to give us a truth which science did not know. And now science is coming to that or sort of validating that. So again, in a couple of days, hopefully, I will post an article. Is Ria in the, yeah, Ria is here. So Ria is working on that article and we will post it on our website. Please do spend time on that. This is where we will explain what, Master has said and what this new theory is. And I'll give you links to it so you can study it yourself. All right, shall we move on? Yeah, pranic healing. So Shobhaji is sharing one day pranic healing also will be proved. I think as long as somebody doesn't have a closed mind. Pranic healing is already being proved because there is so many papers now published. I hope you are aware of it. So many papers are published. The mechanism of pranic healing. The mechanism of pranic healing is perhaps not yet accepted. That soon science will come to an acceptance of that. बट द फिनोमिना ऑफ प्राणिक हीलिंग कि हम जो करते हैं उससे हीलिंग होती है, वो तो ऑलरेडी, as long as somebody doesn't have a closed mind, that enough evidence is there. And yes, we have Kirlian photography. Actually, in our center, we have Kirlian photography. You can take and fix an appointment and come and we will take your Kirlian through the Kirlian technology. Okay, let's move on. I just want to finish this. I'm sorry I talk too much. Within the brilliant light are great, great beings whose existence and functions are incomprehensible to common people and even to most disciples. So again, Master is showing us our limitations, what to do. He's saying even आप लोग जो disciples हो आपको भी नहीं समझ में आएगा. Now these great, great beings, so we can start with angels. Then we come to, a figure like the Buddha Kuan Yin. When we do the Om Mani Padme Hum, this is a prayer we are sending to, we are chanting a mantra given by Buddha Kuan Yin. Or if you've heard of Sanat Kumar or Lord Savitur, the planetary logos, the solar logos. You see, they are within the light because they are engaged in activity. They are performing world service. They are taking care of the world constantly. You remember Sutras 12 and 13, we talked about it. Activity, stillness, activity, stillness. So they are a part of the activity zone. Now, they don't unfortunately have any manifestation on the physical plane. Therefore, our ability to understand them, comprehend them, Master says incomprehensible. So we are not able to comprehend them. But as we progress spiritually, as our consciousness rises to higher planes, we may slowly begin to perceive them, even interact with them. Now, there are two things I would just like to write to bring to your, notice and request you to remember them. Number one, we are talking about the outer world and we are talking about the inner world. The inner invisible world is much, much bigger than the outer visible physical world. I hope by now this is something that you already understand. Second thing to keep in mind, there is a management system, spiritual management system of the earth, of the solar system, actually of the entire universe. We in later sutras Master will sort of tell us about it. But we've just gone through the Vaisak. So what is the Vaisak? The entire ceremony, the Vaisak ceremony, which we try to connect ethically. अब हम यहाँ से बैठ के करते हैं. Those people are doing it in the valley in Tibet. That is the spiritual management system of our planet. The world teacher is there, Lord Buddha comes down and, so on and so forth. So that itself should remind you that the world, our world is managed. There are very powerful managers. All right, I think we can, this is a good place to stop now.